Alright, what's up, Red Faction? So today we are live over on the Purple doing some onslaught grind, but we just saw that there's a dev insight to kind of really explain Prismatic to us. So we saw it yesterday. Let's take a look at it. Hey Guardians, gameplay team here. Starting with the release of Stasis and Beyond Light in 2020. Continuing with Subclass 3.0 during Year of the Witch Queen, and most recently with the release of Strand and Lightfall. We've been hard at work building out a full kit of abilities, aspects, and fragments that you've assembled into your perfect monster slaying machine, or guardian slaying machine. The builds you've crafted help you overcome insurmountable odds, taking down powerful foes, and ensuring the safety of the last city, for now. With the final shape looming, the threat has never been more imminent, and the stakes never been higher. We know that if humanity was going to go up against the Witness, we had to pull out all the stops. Welcome, Prismatic. For the first time, players will be able to wield the powers of light and dark simultaneously, unlocking combinations of abilities never before possible. Today, we'd like to give you a brief overview of the Final Shape's new Prismatic subclass, including the suite of abilities available, how you'll expand your capabilities, and the unique gameplay it brings to the table. The Prismatic subclass is familiar, but with a twist. Your super, melee, grenade, and aspect slots will feature a selection of light and dark abilities from all 5 damage types. You can select from all the available movement modes and class abilities, including the subclass specific ones like Phoenix Dive, Acrobatics, Dodge, and Thrusters. Our main goal for Prismatic is to enable new and interesting build crafting combinations that lead to new types of gameplay, so that we can keep the game feeling fresh. As a part of this, some of the abilities we've chosen are ones that we think have been underused since their initial release. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. Where were we? So we can keep the game feeling fresh. A part of this, we've chosen some abilities are the ones that we feel have been underused since their initial release, and have exciting iterations with the rest of the roster. In many cases, we've adjusted how certain aspects function to specifically enable these unique interactions. With Prismatic, we want to make an immediate impact. From the very first mission of the Final Shape, you'll have access to the complete starting Prismatic build set of the light and dark abilities, aspects, and full sets of fragments. Let's dive into the details of what these starting builds have to offer, as well as the rest of the abilities you are wielding. Prismatic Hunter. Instinct is honed over years and respond to an instant. The Prismatic Hunter is evasive and maneuverable, grappling around the battlefield and leaping into advantageous positions with Ascension. Their starting Prismatic build enables that maneuverability, with Winter Shroud providing a handy debuff that Stylus Executioner, which now triggers by defeating enemies afflicted by any subclass debuff, can activate from, providing easily accessible invisibility to reposition to wherever you need safety. So this is kind of what they're going to be offering. So, supers: Storm's Edge, Golden Gun, Silence and Squall, Silk Strike, and Shadow Shot Deadfall. Okay, so you can start with Silence and Squall or Golden Gun. You gain Acrobatics Dodge, Gambler's Dodge, and Marksman's Dodge. You know, simple stuff. High Jump, Strafe Jump, Triple Jump, and Blink. At some point, you will unlock Combination Blow, Arc Bolt, and Ascension, Threaded Spike, Grapple, Threaded Spectre, Snare Bomb, Magnetic Grenade, Stylus Executioner. So this is kind of the Hunter one. But let's go to the one we really care about. With a brief little overview of, the others. Wait. What? That's not the name of it. Huh? Twilight Arsenal? Is that just a new fancier name for saying, yeah, we decided to give you guys your shield? Okay. Interesting. But the Warlock. Let's take a look at what we're going to have. So, this is what you're going to start out. This is stuff that you're going to have as a Warlock. Under Prismatic. So you don't have a whole suite of them. There's some, like, if you want Blade Barrage, or you want Burning Maul, or you want Bubble, you have to be on Void. This isn't just pull from all of them. This is only some of them. Got it. So for Warlock, Supers, Song of Flame, Cataclysm, Nova Bomb, Storm Trance, Winter's Wrath, and Needle Storm. So there's no, no Well, no Dawnblade. With Void, there's no Slova, there's no oh no, this is Slova. There's no Vortex, there's no why can't I think of the super? Nova Warp. And there's no Chaos Reach. You can either have a Healing Rift, Empowering Rift, or Phoenix Dive. There's no other stuff. You get Blink, Control Glide, Strafe Dive, Burst Glide, Incendiary Snap, Healing Grenade, and Hellion. Hellion's an interesting one. I'm interested in that. Pocket Singularity, Vortex Grenade, Feed the Void, Chain Lightning, Storm Grenade, Lightning Surge, Penumbral Blast, Cold Snap, Bleak Watcher, Arcane Needle, Threadling Grenade, Weaver's Call. So, for me, because let's take a look at this. So, Needle Storm, obviously. Winter's Wrath, not really. Cataclysmic, Song of Flame. Song of Flame must be what they're now calling Radiance. So that will be interesting. Of course, I always go with a Healing Rift, and then Burst Glide. But I could always do Blink. We've been practicing Blink this past season. Arcane Needles are a good pick. So, we'll try Cataclysmic, because we don't start with Song of Flame. Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Arcane Needles, Vortex Grenade, because it's a starting one, and Feed the Void. I prefer that over Penumbral Blast. So, Pocket Singularity. Probably do Vortex with Feed the Void. Now, let's go into this. Indicates abilities that include in your starting during the first mission. Yeah. Well, you'll start off with a fairly focused initial loadout. You'll quickly expand your toolset and possible combinations. As you continue through the Pale Heart of the Traveler, you'll uncover the remaining abilities, aspects, and fragments as mission rewards, as well as unlocking them through the post-campaign quests and as collectibles hidden in the world. Our ultimate goal is that as you progress in your journey to save the Traveler and humanity, you'll continually experiment with new build crafting options and find novel ways to tackle challenges ahead of you. There is no currency to earn to unlock these build crafting elements. When you find a prismatic chest in the world, or after a tough battle, they will be immediately granted and available for use. As a part of building Prismatic was ensuring that every option combination felt viable across a variety of content and difficulties. So most of the abilities you've seen here have also had a tuning pass that we'll share more in detail in the lead up to the final shape's release. Aspects that were damage specific have had their requirements loosened when using Prismatic. For example, Diamond Lance and Feed the Void activate from any ability defeats of any damage type, not just Stasis or Void. And Silas Execution activates when defeating an enemy afflicted by an elemental debuff, not just Void. Oh god. Break past your limits. Prismatic is more than using familiar abilities and new combinations. We also wanted to create a new gameplay to showcase the player's newfound mastery of the elements. Enter Transcendence. As a result of the collision of light and dark that your Guardian can now control, and enables a never-before-seen power. When you're using Prismatic, you'll notice a bar below your super meter. This is a new indicator for the Transcendence light and dark meters. So,
in Prismatic, underneath your super bar, there's a light meter and a dark meter. As you deal damage with either light damage or dark damage,
so
it fills
as you damage,
the respective sides
someone
of the
with
meter. Once both sides are full, you get this new...
You'll be able to get this. So, when you deal light-aligned damage, arc, solar, void, or apply light-aligned buffs or debuffs, the light bar on the left fills. When you deal damage with anything with darkness, stasis, or strand, or apply any darkness-aligned debuffs, the darkness bar will fill. Kinetic damage fills both at a reduced rate, but the rate increases when either bar is filled, making a solid choice to help catch a lagging bar up. So, if you are using, oh no. Monte Carlo, Bad Juju are going to be good for this. When both bars are full and meet in the middle, Transcendence is available. While Transcended, your melee and grenade energy are instantly refreshed and regenerate more quickly. Dealing damage with a grenade further increases your melee regeneration rate, and vice versa. Your weapon damage is also slightly increased, and you're more resistant to incoming damage. Our goal for Transcendence, in both the terms of uptime and potency, is to make it feel like a miniature super that only readily available when your loadout and playstyle interweave light and dark together in harmony. Being Transcendent allows you to break the shields of special combatants standing in your way on your journey through the pale heart of the Traveler. These combatants have been bound by the witness and are invulnerable to incoming damage otherwise. In addition to these boosts, the Transcendent will also give you a new grenade, one unique to each class that deals both light and dark damage. So for the Hunter, Hailfire Spark. Throw a device charged with stasis matter and solar energy that attaches to surfaces or targets and then erupts in a slowing storm. After a short duration, the device ignites, creating a deadly scorched cyclone. Which is, their way of saying, hey, did you like trip mines? Well, we just made your trip mine 10 times worse. Electrified Snare. Titan. Throw an explosive device energized with strand matter and arc energy that detonates in a supercharged suspending burst. The suspended targets take heavy damage over time and chain lightning bolts to any nearby targets. Now, Warlock. Freezing Singularity. Throw a mass of void energy and stasis matter. On impact, it deploys miniature black holes orbited by a halo of slowing ice. After a short duration, the black hole implodes, suppressing and dealing heavy damage to all nearby targets. That's going to be so freaking cool. I can't wait. Now let's talk about the prismatic fragments. One of the challenges we identified early on was that a lot of power from our single damage type subclasses come from a network of many interconnected game loops where the player can dip into when they focus on their build crafting of a single element. When the player focus is split between multiple elements, we still need to provide opportunities for stacking powerful synergies, as well as providing value to the new Transcendence loop. To solve the problem, we've increased the prismatic aspect fragment slots to 3, and with a few of our point options staying at 2 fragments. You're going to need the extra space. With prismatic from day 1 of the final shape, you will be able to find or earn 21 fragments. A sizable bump from the typical 14 to 16, some reimaginations or combinations of existing fragments, and some are brand new. Unlike our core damage types, fragments in the prismatic are unlocked for all your characters as soon as you acquire them. If you finish the campaign in your hunter and want to start your Titan will have all the fragments unlocked on your hunter. Here's a look at the options. Facet of Balance. Rapidly defeating targets with light damage grants melee energy. Rapidly defeating targets with dark grants grenade. Isn't that basically the... Isn't that basically the, Yeah, so basically this is a easier to understand version of the indomitability perk from the weapons that we have in Into the Light. But this one is more... So let's say you have this, and you use, Lightning Surge. Okay? You have the Arc Needles, but it counts as arc because it's an arc damage thing. It will give you melee energy. And then let's say, you throw your grenade out, and let's say it's a strand one, and you get kills with that. You gain grenade energy. That also counts for weapons, I want to say. So if I'm using, let's say I'm using Recluse, well, I can gain melee energy. Or let's say I'm using Quicksilver, I can get grenade energy. Facet of Bravery. Defeating targets with a grenade grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. Defeating targets with power melee final blows grants unraveling rounds to your strand weapons. Huh. So, basically giving volatile to any of your void weapons just for getting a grenade kill. And then if you have strand weapon, you get unraveling rounds. So basically this is basically a way of saying, hey, we wanted to give you guys more availability to get barrier without having to use some of our artifact mods. Fast of the Dawn. This is one you start with. Power melee hits against targets make you radiant. Power melee final blows make both you and nearby allies radiant. Fast of the Defiance. Finishers create a detonation that either jolts, scorches, slows, severs, or makes targets vulnerable based on the damage type of your equipped super. So, you use, let's say you have, for some reason you have, you're using the Song of Flame. That's your equipped super. With this, you finish a target, they blow up in glorious fire. Your void grenades will weaken, your arc grenades will jolt targets. Simple enough. That's Facet Dominance. Facet Generosity. Defeating targets while Transcendent creates orbs of power for your allies. Okay. So when you have that bar full and you use it, getting kills gets orbs of power, meaning you get your super back. Facet of Grace. Damaging targets with your kinetic weapon grants you bonus Transcendence energy. Defeating targets with your super grants you and nearby allies bonus Transcendence energy. That is going to make Bad Juju very good. That's going to make it really good. Like, that is one I'm going to kind of want. Facet of Hope. When you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. Are you sure you want that? Facet of Justice. While Transcendent, your ability final blows explode. Which means it's like getting volatile for everything. that's going to be kind of nuts. That's going to be really freaking nuts. Oh my god. Faceted protection. While surrounded by enemies, you are more resistant to incoming damage. Faceted purpose. Picking up orb power grants you either amplified restoration, frost armor, woven mail, or overshield based on the damage type of your equipped super. I want to know what that is. That's actually new. Facet of Ruin. This increases the size and damage burst of your Shatter Stasis crystals or frozen targets, and increases the size of solar ignitions. So you're telling me that I can really make things go boom. And that's it. We were truly excited at the new possibilities that Prismatic brings, from combining abilities in a new way to explore more build crafting options than ever before. We look forward to seeing what you come up with as we venture into the new era of Destiny 2. Okay, I'm going to talk about this over on the Purple Faction stuff because this video is getting kind of long. But all I'm going to say is, oh my freaking god, this is about to be awesome. So that being said, Red Faction, come on over to the Purple Faction, hang out with us. We're doing some Onslaught. And with that being said, I hope you all have a great day. I'll see y'all later.